Okay, in this next section, we're going to have a look at some of the important accessories that you really do need as part of your starter kit. So first, let's have a look, Simon, at the landing net. What should you be looking for when you buy a landing net, and why would you need a landing net?
Yeah, like a nice medium size. We don't want the real tiny ones, and we don't want a great big net. But that's nice.
The big nets are for carp.
Yeah,
it's a really big fish.
Yeah, so we've got a nice size net, that is.
Yeah. And what's it made of?
Well, that one's it's a hook resistant mesh on that one, which is quite good. Mean? It means if you are using barbed hooks, it doesn't get caught in the mesh, and it's like got a special coating on that it stops the hooks getting caught up in the net, which is it's great for everybody really, not just beginners. It's handy, yeah. And it's quite light as well.
Yeah, it's light. Who's it? Yeah. It's made by again.
Adrenaline one, yeah.
Adrenaline one, yeah.
And obviously you need to attach that to a pole, and we've got
or a landing net handle.
Landing net handle, yeah.
How do you do that then?
And all that does is just screw. It's got a threaded end there.
Yeah.
That just screws up there. So bearing in mind we're in the habit now of using soft elastic. So we're not going to be swinging in big fish, so we need to net even the medium-sized fish.
That's a good point. So by medium-sized, what size of fish
even
should you net?
3 and 4 ounce really should net them, because we've all had it where we've swung one in that's a bit too big, they fell off, tangled the rig, and you think, crikey, we should have netted.
So tangled your rig. Yeah, but has it ever cost you a match finding?
Oh yeah. Back in the day and that, you just learn the hard way, don't you? So
an important tip, is if in doubt, use the landing net. Yeah.
It's quite light as well, that one. So telescopic handle. So I think these are a MIDI one again.
The handle is made by MIDI.
£15 one, and
the net was about 17.
18, I think. Yeah, it's got that nice hook resistant material on it. So, but it's a must to have a landing net, really. Like regarding the keep nets, on a lot of all our Let's Fish events, we don't tend to use the keep nets.
Yeah.
There's a couple of reasons. It can be a whole day event, so we'd rather put them straight back in rather than the fish being in the nets all day. And if they're in keep nets, what tends to happen at the end of the first hour, say you've had a pupil for an hour, and it's time to change over, they always want to bring out the keep net and have a look. Of course, that disturbs
your coaching swim
for the next
it's not
one.
Fair on the next
So we put them,
and it might frighten the shoal.
Exactly. So we put the fish straight back.
Obviously, if you're going to take part in the Canal and River Trust Junior Cadet and Youth Championships, you're going to put your fish in a keep net.
In a keep net,
What advice would you give to somebody? And we'd advise as many people as possible to take part in that event, because it's a fantastic event, and it only costs £5 to enter, and you get a £10 Angling Direct voucher back. But that aside, what sort of keep net would you look to buy?
Like a 10-foot long one.
Yeah.
And we always what we call stake at both ends. So we have the head of the net, which is the open part in front of you.
Yeah, and that's where the fish
we put them in. But if we didn't peg it out the other end, when we get boats go past and stuff like that, the net and some canals flow as well, and they might have a tendency to move in your swim again.
But even worse, if there's two boats passing, they could inadvertently
get tangled up in your net.
So there's only one winner, isn't there? The boat, the net's not going to stop the boat, and you would lose your net and you'd lose.
So
your
we
fish.
peg it out the other end, and it's a lot better for the fish as well, because they got more room to swim up and down in. So we just attach it this end in front of us, and we put like a bank stick on the other end of the net, so it's staked, so it can't move about into the, it's staked into the bank so.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we've got some smaller items. The smallest item of all is
the plummet.
That's called a plummet.
What's
the job of the plummet?
That's because obviously we fish all different places week in, week out, so we don't know how deep it is. So we use a plummet to find out how deep the place where we want to fish is So that's what we need for that.
Yeah, and are there different sorts of plummets you can buy?
Yeah, it's heavier weight ones. You can get small ones and big ones. That's like a medium size, that one. So that's perfect for the job.
And they had a few pence.
Yeah. But most important thing though, you need a plummet though.
And so here's a little item. What's this called, and what do we need this for?
That's a disgorger, that is. For getting the hooks out of the fish. like you can have it if they've took it a little bit far down.
Yeah.
So you can get it out that way, or you can use it every time if you wanted. If you're not, not really that good at unhooking the fish.
Another tip from me: if you want to learn to use a disgorger, the Let's Fish development sessions are a fantastic opportunity to actually practice this sort of thing. With a coach.
Yeah, obviously, like on the Let's Fish events, all the coaches are experienced and. It's just something that they can take if they've learned even just to do that.
It's not something you learn on the first day.
No, but it's
maybe your second, third, or fourth.
Preps them up for when they're going out on their own. It's just
exactly because sooner or later you're going to go fishing on your own.
Definitely,
you're going to be fishing in the championships, and it's important that
Always buy 2 or 3 because I'm always losing them. I'm like I don't know where they all go to be fair.
So a good tip there is to
buy
have 2 disgorgers.
Yeah, they're only cheap anyway.
Yeah. So. Another item here. Is this wonderful orange coloured box. So tell me what that's for.
Just for putting the bait in when you get it from the shop. Obviously, you don't want to be putting them in bags and things like that. It's got holes in so the maggots can breathe.
So just show me the holes then.
Yeah, just there, like breathing holes for the bait.
And so the maggots need to take oxygen out of the air.
Yeah, that's it. Otherwise they'd die. Get
rid of the carbon dioxide because they're a living thing.
Oh right, okay. Yeah. So just container for the maggots or the pinkies and stuff like that we buy.
Or the squats.
Yeah. And then we just got a nice lid and.
Yeah, always make sure the lid's on tight.
Yeah, that's it,
otherwise, I'm sure it's never happened to you.
No.
Yeah, but that can cause.
Yeah, amount of flies in my van. It must happen every week, to be fair.
Yes, because there's an important biological lesson here. Is that eventually the maggots turn into chrysalids, the chrysalids turn into flies, and the flies turn into an angry mum and dad if you're not careful. I mean, if money was tight. Could you use something like a margarine tub?
You could do, put some holes in yourself, you could do.
So that would be a tip to save a little bit of money.
Yeah, that's it, but I think they're only like a couple of pound, I think, anywhere though. And
I guess they're all of a similar similar quality,
that's
so you don't need to buy a particular brand.
Yeah, that's it.
One thing I think is worth mentioning is, first of all, the need for a fishing permit when you actually go fishing. There's actually no such thing as free fishing anywhere in fresh water in England or Wales. A few generous owners choose not to charge people, but in most places you do need permission to fish. Now, this can be either on a day basis, and so you would buy a day permit, and that could either be done in advance or on the bank, or, and this is what I'd often recommend, is to join a club. A lot of clubs make the fishing available at a very sensible, realistic price for young people, perhaps £5 or £10, and that will cover them for a whole year. And so joining a club, the junior section of a club, is, I think, a very good value for money. The other thing you need when you're fishing, assuming you're over the age of 13, is an Environment Agency / Natural Resources Wales rod licence. The good news is that if you are aged between 13 and 16 inclusive, those are available on the Environment Agency website free of charge. But it's important that you do register and get your rod licence. Once you're 17 or over, then you need to purchase a full licence. If you're under 13, I'll say it again, you don't need an Environment Agency rod licence.